Can you read that? Stop talking. I had 500 of these beauties made the other day just so I can hand them out to the management at work because they really do need to stop talking. And interesting enough, talking about work, I was walking with a friend to her car after our shift, and she said to me, right out of the blue, how is it you're such a positive person? Like, you're always positive at work. And I'm just wondering, how are you able to be so positive all the time? There's a lot of irony there because anybody who really knows me, like really, really knows me and has known me for a long time, the persona I typically give out at work and in life, it's just a persona. It's kind of like an act, I'm afraid to say, is very very sarcastic and very grumpy. Not necessarily negative, but I just fuck around like that. And I can be negative, but that's my whole point in answering my friend's question. It's a choice. We all have a choice on how we behave, how we act, what we say. We have a choice to be negative in any given situation or positive. Yeah, obviously, sometimes you can't help but be negative and angry and shitty, but that's still a choice, right? Uh, in March, we're in the end of April. Yes. In March, it was a 1 year anniversary, sort of our family breaking up, and it was also coincidentally, I had, I don't want to say falling out. There's a little blip with me and one of my really good friends. Obviously, I'm not going to get into any fucking specifics because it's nobody's fucking business. However, it did happen. And it's a good example of choosing to react in one way or the other. So, I was already in a shitty sort of frame of mind because of the 1 year anniversary. And then on top of that, we had this blip. So, I could easily use those situations to be negative and shitty and grumpy and spiteful. But I stop myself from doing that, and I make a choice to be positive. I make a choice to try and understand what my friend is going through. I try and understand what role I had in that situation. And I learn from it. I try and learn from it. And I try and act like I need to understand that this happened for a reason and not just blow it off and be disrespectful and cut ties and end the friendship. I mean, that's just bullshit. That's just childish, and I'm just not the type of person to do something like that, and I didn't. And instead, I need to use it as an opportunity to better myself, to understand my friend, to understand myself, and to figure out a way forward for both of us. And sometimes that's all you can do because there might not be an opportunity to have a dialogue and talk about what's happened. There might be no chance of a dialogue, and you can't control that. You can't force a dialogue where one doesn't exist. So you have to rise above and try and figure out the situation, try and figure out your roles in it and how you're going to react and make a choice. And my choice was to be positive, provide space, and just be a good person. And that's just my example of using a situation in life that just occurred to me and how I could have chosen to just be a complete asshole and fuck things up and lose that friendship probably forever, or to step back, look at myself first, and then look at them and figure out what's happened and make a course adjustment and act on it. Not just go through the motions. Genuinely believe that the way through to the end of this situation is to be positive, respectful, and try and understand. Obviously, I'm not always like that. I mean, I am human. I got fucking red blood going through me like everybody else. I can lose my cool. I can lose my shit. I can be shitty, you know, lose my temper. But that is a choice. And I choose not to be like that. And yes, I know when I'm on the motorcycle, I'm quite flippant and vocal about bad drivers. I'm not saying I'm not. I am a human being. That's my whole point. There you go. So, thanks for watching. That's why I'm a positive person. It's a choice. I choose to be positive. I choose to try and understand instead of be angry. There you go. I'll make another video when I feel like it. Thanks for watching.